Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. You'll have to excuse me a bit today because I've got a bit of a bad throat, probably this viral thing that's going around. But anyway, I wanted to share this little junk journal that I've made. I'm hosting a swap over on Junk Journal Junkies, and it's for a vintage style mini junk journal. So this journal that I've made is approximate, or is 5 inches by 3.5, and has an 1.5 inch spine. As I say, the theme was vintage style, but just kind of non-specific vintage. It was just kind of open, with the use of tea and coffee dyed papers and things like that, and obviously vintage images and things. So as I say, this is the little journal I've made. I actually used some craft text. First time I've used it, used that for the cover on some chipboard, and then I've sewn 4 signatures in, and then that's been covered with lace and this lovely blossom trim. And then I've got some cheesecloth and layered it with this beautiful image, which has been machine stitched onto the cheesecloth, along with this little bit of lace. And then I've put this lovely little embellishment here with another piece of lace, and used a little garment pin and a charm, and yet again small lace trim. And this is one of the last butterflies that I got, which I've been hoarding. I received them from Monique, who's Butterbee Scraps, quite a long time ago. We did a swap and she sent me a package of them, and I've been hoarding them and decided that it really would look good on this journal, so I've used it. And then on the back, I've just added my handmade by thing. So as you can see, the closure is seam binding, and I will open up and go inside. Now, I haven't used any specific kit. I've used a mixture of different things. So scrapbooking paper. Oh, and I also forgot to mention there's some metal corners, which probably don't really show up in this light on the camera, but yeah, on those 2 corners there. So as I say, scrapbooking paper and some digital downloads, who as I go through, if I remember where they're from, then I will tell you. This is just an envelope made out of some vellum, and just tuck this little tag in there. I'll get that back in there. And then you'll see lots of machine stitching. This is a Marion Smith download that I bought quite a long time ago, and as you see, I've machine stitched some lace down there. Then I've created a belly band here. As I say, we've got various papers throughout which have all been tea dyed. Some of these are just downloads that I've got off the internet, and I've done lots of stamping throughout just to make it quite fluid right through the journal. So that's a double tuck spot using a paper doily, and then we've got another tuck spot here with a little embellishment there. Some more stamping. This is a pocket that I've created, and there's also a tuck spot there, and this is a Marion Smith envelope. Tuck that in there. This is a glassine envelope that I've just put in here, and added a couple of vintage images. Then we've got some old ledger paper, and just added some seam binding to the edge there. More stamping. Created a tuck spot on the edge here. and then it wraps round, so it's created a tuck spot here as well, and that's just a piece of paper that I've folded in half and added and then just machined on. Little embellishment of a butterfly and some seam binding. I like to have all the lovely trim on the edges. Just a little embellishment I've cut out. This is one of those tickets that I folded in half and created a little tab at the top of the page, and that can be used also to tuck things under. It's both sides, and you'll see I've used them a couple of times through the journal. Here we've got an envelope, yet again Marion Smith, and there's a little journaling card or photo card area inside, and just held with one of the little Tim Holtz paper clips. That's in the centre of this signature. More lined paper, a little embellishment which is a butterfly cut from a magazine, a little tuck spot there and here, and also some squared paper. More little butterflies, this cute little bird stamp which was from one of the sets that Irene sent me. So hi Irene, you can see I'm using your lovely bits that you sent me. This is a little ticket which was I think it was a Marion Smith one yet again. The other side of the envelope with a gorgeous image in. I like that image, I've used it a few times. Here I've just machine sewn some of the butterflies to add a tab to the edge of the paper. I did that a while ago in my journals, and I thought while I'd had the sewing machine out and that I'd do it again because I quite like that effect as well. More stamping, more seam binding stitched to the edge. On this side we've used the ticket and just stamped on there, so that creates another tuck spot. More lined paper, as I say everything's been tea dyed. Another layered butterfly and seam binding. And then we've got a paper doily and some more images from the internet. And this is just some of the sort of vellum paper. Then here we've got some music paper, and that's very old and it was already sort of discoloured, so I've just left that as is. And then I've machine sewn some tea-dyed paper and just a little embellishment there to create a tuck spot. You can obviously lift it up and write under there. And then this side is another one of those tickets. It's another little tuck spot there. This is just a little embellishment that I've created. I'm not sure how well you can see it. It's some lovely organza fabric, and then I've layered a little butterfly, a flower and a tiny little piece of lace that was off of a bit that I'd trimmed off, so I've just added that to make a little pretty little embellishment. This side we've got a double tuck. We've got a tuck here which has got a scrap of paper in it and another one of the Marion Smith's envelopes, and then in here we've got a little journaling spot, really cute. And then on the other side of the tuck spot we've got a little narrow banner with a butterfly on, and this could actually be used as a page mark if my partner wishes to use it like that, but I've tucked that in there. More seam banding on the edge of the page, another corner pocket, This is a tuck spot, and I've just put some tea-dyed paper with a little stamp on there, and that's obviously layered with seam binding. All the seam binding was also tea stained. Another little butterfly this side. Then we've got a corner tuck created using a paper doily, and the same this side, but this side I've made it into a double tuck because I've added a part of a scallop circle cut from book page, and then I've layered some more organza and a tiny little butterfly. Yet again, I'm not sure how well that's showing, but so that's one tuck spot there. And then in the doily tuck spot I've created a little added journaling area using some paper. Really like the tea staining on this lined paper. It's got a really nice effect there. This is just been totally stuck down. It's a paper doily with some more of the organza fabric and another little butterfly punch. Then here, this in the centre here is an envelope, and it is open at the top here on both sides, so something could be put in there if you've got something you want to keep hidden away, or just an extra pocket for stuff. And then we've got this side, we've got a tuck spot here, and then here as well. And here I've added another piece of paper which looks like a little envelope. And then this side we've got some more of the vellum paper, a little envelope which I think was a freebie from Ephemera's Vintage Garden. And then on this one here I've created a teeny tiny little notebook filled with tea dyed paper. So I thought that was really cute. And then on this side we've got another tuck spot with some tea dyed paper that's just squared paper. There's some more of that lovely lined paper. Here we've got a pocket, and that's got a little envelope, and I think yet again this is Ephemera's Vintage Garden. And then so that goes in the pocket, and then I've got a belly band here with another one of the tags. We've got more stamping, more of the ledger paper, and a tuck spot here with a little journaling card. And then on the back here, this opens up as an extra book. Yet again, this is something I did in one of my, or a couple of my other journals, and I love it as a way of adding extra space for journaling, especially in something that's as small as this. It's good to add as much space however you can. Just some lace trim here, another little layered butterfly with some organza fabric underneath. Yet again, another tuck spot there. So third signature, and I really like that. It says, because every picture tells a story. Oh, that was really cute. And we've got a pocket here, and a little tag that I've made, machine stitched the embellishment on, and some lace and stuff. More layered butterflies and stamping. Another tuck spot, this time made from a square doily, or the corner of one. More of the vellum, or I don't know if it's wax paper or what it was. I kept it from something and I thought it'd be good to use in a journal. Then we've got a fold out here, and this is also another belly band, another tuck spot here. Now I haven't put things in every single tuck spot because, as you can see, this journal was getting really thick, so I thought I would leave that because it was just getting so ridiculous. So this is another envelope from Marion Smith, and inside is this beautiful card for journaling on. Yet again held shut with a tiny paper clip from Tim Holtz. Then we've got another tuck spot here, another one of the tabs using a ticket. This idea I got from Beth, who is Lucy's mum, on Facebook, and she actually, I noticed before, she adds these little organza pocket bags, or whatever you want to call them, to her journals, and I just thought it was so sweet. So I've actually machine sewn this to the journal, or to the page, and it's actually sewn to that thin paper. And in the front, in the actual bag, I've put an embellishment, and then tucked behind in the pocket that it creates where it's attached to, I've put another one there, so that when you can see that through there. Don't know if you can, but you can in real life. Anyway, another tuck spot using paper doily, some more trim on the edge of the paper. This is the other side of the pocket, with some scrapbooking paper that I've created a little journaling card. And then the final signature, another tuck spot, or a double one there, and the same this side. Some little fabric trim there, and a tuck spot there. A lovely corner tuck spot using some more of the paper doily and this embellishment, fabric embellishment. And then we've got some organza fabric and a little butterfly there. Here we've got a glassine bag, and in there I've actually put this little folder that I've made, which has got some little offcuts of tea stain paper that have been stamped, and then this journaling card there. Thought that was really sweet, so I've added that in that pocket there. I can get it back in, I'll put it back in a minute. Some more seam binding and butterflies. Oops, I missed a page. Yeah. So, here we've got a pocket, and in there we've got some just lined paper and this scrapbooking paper, so it gives you a couple more journaling areas, and obviously they can be removed. Then we've got the centre of the signature, which yet again is another Marion Smith download, and in the centre of that one we've got a couple of little butterflies. Here we've got a double tuck spot created with the doily and then the little butterfly, which I like because it obviously also creates another tab at the top of the book. And then this side is the paper doily tuck, gorgeous little stamped butterfly, and another tuck spot here, which is creating yet another one of the fold out books. This time I've tied a little charm on the thread here which says made with love, and then we've got a little pocket in there with a tag, some of the vellum paper, and then some white paper but it all adds extra area for journaling. Another one of the tabs made from the ticket. This is the other side of the glassine bag, and in here I've actually made a little notebook out of some offcuts of lined paper. So I'll tuck that in there. Well, I won't tuck it in now because it's a bit tricky to do at the moment, but yeah, so that goes in there like that. I've yet again added some more of the butterflies to the edge of the page. Here we've got a little fold out. First of all, you can tuck something behind there, and then we've got a pocket here and a little pocket here, so you could insert a little photo behind that window there. I think that would be really cute. And then we've got some more of the ledger paper and a little piece of lace and an embellishment layered at the top, and the same here. Some more seam binding with some organza fabric and a butterfly. And then here I've done another one of the double tuck spots where you fold the paper round. So that's that side, and then you've got to tuck this side. And finally the last page here with some more lace on, and that's the back of the book. I didn't add a pocket in the back because things were getting really chunky, as you can see. It just it's very full. So and I've shown you the back already. So that's my journal for the vintage style mini junk journal. I hope whoever receives this likes it. I've loved making it, and I'm hoping to do some more mini journal swaps on the group, because I think a lot of people like to make journals this size, and it's a good way of using up the smaller paper pads that are perhaps 6x6, or even offcuts of paper and bits and pieces. So yes, so I hope you've enjoyed this. Please leave a comment. If you've got any questions, I'll try and do my best to answer them, and hope to see you again soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.